My name is Inga Petra. I work for the Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care as a manager. For the unit that I work for is the Corporate Legislative Policy Unit, and basically what my responsibilities are there is to provide policy support across the ministry for any type of policy submissions or legislative development that's happening in the ministry. I graduated from McMaster with an honors in economics and a minor in commerce in 2003. After I completed my degree at McMaster, I decided to do a master's degree at Queen's University in public administration at their School of Policy Studies. And near the end of that, when I was finishing that program up, I decided to kind of keep an eye out and look out for possible jobs in the public service. I ended up being offered a contract position, which is very common as an entry-level job, to start off on a contract and then, have more doors open and opportunities come up. So I started off on the contract as a policy analyst at the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing. And, then I kept my eye out, applied for further positions, ended up getting a permanent policy analyst position. Then I moved on to the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care about 2 years ago as a senior policy analyst. And then just recently, a couple months ago, I had the opportunity to move into a management position at the ministry. I think one of the key things that I benefited from was just the general experience that you have in university, adapting to university life, balancing kind of the independence that you have and the responsibilities that you have, to order kind of discipline yourself and manage your time accordingly. In order, I also had a part-time job while I was going to school, so it was balancing school and work and socially kind of trying to managing all that. I think that was one of the key things that benefited me from university life. And also I would add to that, with university education, obviously we come here to learn from experts. So that's one great thing that we have here, is to learn from people who are very passionate about what they do, going to seminars and lectures and debates and having your work evaluated by someone who's an expert in the field. And I think I very much benefited from that and kind of made me more passionate about economics in general, but just learning. When I first started off, I wasn't very clear on what my career path is, and I think a lot of people are in that same position where you sort of know your interests, so you try it out, but I didn't have a 5-year plan or anything like that where I was clear what my career path was going to be. And while I was studying economics, I became very interested in how economics can be applied to everyday life, to practical situations, to everyday kind of issues that we face as a society. And so that hence led to my decision to pursue a master's degree in public policy, where I thought I could learn about economics and using economics to mold policy. So basically that's where it led me. A university education provides you with various transferable skills. In particular, the research skills that you gain with regard to looking for information and knowing which information is, how to evaluate information and so forth, as well as writing skills are very important, in communication skills, being able to not only write but also communicate your ideas to, especially in my position, senior management, making sure that it's understandable and succinct. And then also I think just university encourages kind of analytical thinking and having an open mind to new ideas, new solutions. I know the term is very commonly used, but thinking outside the box, which is something that you want to be innovative in your everyday kind of work to improve it. And I think that's one of the key things that you learn in university. Try to think about, what your interests are, what you would be happy about doing in a career, as well as kind of what you don't like, what you definitely don't want to do. If you know for sure you don't want to be someone who wears a tie every day to work and works 9 to 5 in a cubicle with no windows, that's something that you have to consider with regard to what you are and you're not going to pursue, and kind of your motivation for work. Why do you want to work? I like the work-life balance. That's very important to me, and I like feeling like what my work makes a difference in health policy, for example. So that's kind of important to know what your motives are for work, and just kind of try to job shadow or intern or interview and talk to people in the career path that you are interested in. That way you'll get a better idea of this is what the work is actually like on a day-to-day basis, and then you'll be able to better decide if this is something that you want to pursue.